I need some wine for this. Okay, we're back. I have some wine. Whew. Okay, so I've been seeing the end of the year book tag going around, and I can't believe that, one, it's already fall, and that we only have a quarter left of the year. Like, how did 2021 just go by so fast? I feel like everything in the year was going by really, really slow, and then all of a sudden I blinked and it's September, almost October. It's almost my birthday, and what the heck? Hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the end of the year book tag. And you know, I always thought that you were supposed to do this tag like a month before the year ended, but no. You know, there's a question about an autumnal book to transition with into the end of the year, so I feel like now's a good time to do it. So without any further ado, let's get right into the questions. If there is one particular question that you're interested over the other, I always leave timestamps in the description box, so let's get right into it. So, question number 1, any books you started that you still need to finish? I feel like I'm already being put on the spot with this question. I took a look at my Goodreads this morning and I have like 10 books or something like that. Some of them I haven't updated in a while, but I still want to read. Others I think I should just DNF, so let's just go ahead and talk about them. The first one of those is Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. I think I got like 26 pages in or something like that. And okay, Assassin's Apprentice I was thoroughly enjoying. I like where the story was going, but at the time I picked up this book I felt really overwhelmed with all of the series that I still needed to finish, so I put this one off to go ahead and finish other series. So now that I have finished other series, I'm just going to go ahead and start this one, and I'm super excited because I was really liking it, and I am a very character driven reader, so I think I'm just going to end up loving it, which is great. By the way, I am going to make a separate video with all of my series, and sorry if you can hear that, so loud. So I will be making a video specifically dedicated to all of the series that I started, ended, and will continue, so stick around for that. That will probably come out in about a week or so. The next book on this list is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I think in this one I only got to page 55, sadly, and this one was one that I was really having a hard time picking up. Like, every single time that I picked it up and started it, I just didn't feel like I wanted to continue. There was just an invisible force that was like, no, there's better books, you can read something more, and that was really disappointed because I did read the Darker Shade of Magic series and absolutely loved it. So I think I'm actually going to DNF this for now, pick up Vicious to fall back in love with V. Schwab, because I feel like Vicious is going to be more for me, and then maybe in a couple of years pick up The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I'm not going to unhaul it, but I am going to put it down for now, so I won't be finishing this book anytime soon. The next book on this list is one that I'm too lazy to go get, and that is The Toll by Neil Shusterman. This is going to be the last book in the Scythe series, or arc of the Scythe series, and I think this is another one that I'm going to DNF. I believe I got halfway through the book before I put it down, and it was just too long for me, and after reading Scythe and loving it and then feeling like The Toll was just like really dragging, I didn't feel motivated to like pick it up, and there were other priorities that I had at the time. Now I feel like I'm at a point where I would have to reread the entire series to go ahead and finish The Toll. So what I think I'm just gonna do is DNF The Toll and probably unhaul the entire series. So the Arc of the Scythe series is a series that I very much enjoyed, but it's not one that I can see myself picking up and reading again, so I'll probably unhaul that entire series. The next book is another one that I'm too lazy to go get, and that is Crying in H Mart. I did start it. I think I got like 50 pages in, and that one I was also very much enjoying. It just so happened that it's not my book, it's Ben's book. He bought it, and he wanted to read it, of course, because he bought it, but you know, he was reading something else, so I picked it up while he finished his other book. Then he finished it, and then he took Crying in H Mart, and then I forgot to pick it back up, so I will be trying to finish that one before the end of the year. The next one is Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. Also too lazy to go pick that one up, and this one is one that I'm on the fence about. So I did read another book by the author, so I have enjoyed other books by this author. I read her, why am I forgetting the name of that book? I read another book by this author and really liked it, and I don't know why I put this book down. Probably because I'm a mood reader, so I'm not going to DNF this book, but I just don't know if it's a priority for me before the end of the year. We'll see. Life of a mood reader, right? The next book on this list is It by Stephen King. So I'm like 87% done with it, and I just need like 200 pages or something like that. And yes, I am planning to finish it. I'm actually planning to use it as part of a Stabathon prompt. If you don't know about Stabathon, I'll go ahead and link the video down below. It is being hosted by 3 lovely ladies, and you should check it out if you do like horror and thriller books. But anyways, that runs from October 1st to the 8th, I believe. So I am planning on finishing it very soon. I just want to knock it out of the park. The last book on this list for this question is Under Lock and Skeleton Key, and this is an arc that I actually have from NetGalley. The book is meant to be published in March of 2022, and this is a young adult mystery if I'm not mistaken. I think I'm about 30% in, really much enjoying it. The mystery aspect is what has me hooked right now. I will definitely go ahead and finish that one and give you my thoughts before the publication date for that. Question number 2 is, do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? Yes, so I would say Under Lock and Skeleton Key is a great transitional book into fall, just because it is, I wouldn't say it's a cozy mystery, but it is very fun. It's not too serious. I'm enjoying the mystery. It's not like super scary, but it's intriguing. So I think it's a perfect transition book because it's still very light, very, summery, but also that mystery aspect makes it feel very autumnal. So that's one. The other one is the one that I'm currently reading, and I did put the sleeve away, and this is The Inheritance of Orquídea Divina, and this is by Zoraida Cordova. This is her first adult fantasy, and it's actually my first book by her, and wow, I love this book already. I'm about maybe 60-70% through it, and I picked this up as the monthly pick for the Brujas in Books Latinx book club. If you don't know about this book club, I'll go ahead and link their handle down below, but it is a Latinx centered book club that is run by 2 amazing Latinas, so go ahead and check them out. So this is their book pick for September. They are having a live show, and so I wanted to finish it. I believe it's September 30th. But wow, as soon as I picked it up, I didn't want to stop reading it. So I will probably go ahead and finish this today. Question number 3 is, any new release you're still waiting for? Not really. I'm not someone who keeps up with new releases, to be honest. I do like to go to Powell's and Barnes and Nobles and just kind of like peruse their news section, but I'm not actively waiting for new books to come out. I've actually been trying to really focus on my physical TBR and read all of the books that I have. So I can't torture myself by keeping up with new updates, but if there's one that you're interested in, let me know and I will check it out. Question number 4 is 3 books you still want to read before the end of the year. This is one that I'm really excited about. This is Escaping Exodus by Nikki Drayden, and this is one I literally picked up I think a year ago. I was really excited about it, and then other books just got in the way, but I've been hearing Angela from the Literature Science Alliance raving about this book and the sequel, so it just kind of reinvigorated my need to read this. So this is definitely one that I will try to read before the end of the year. The next book that I want to finish before the end of the year is The Chestnut Man, and this is by Soren Seivestrup, I believe. I apologize if I mispronounced that, but this is another one that I got a couple of months ago. Sounded really intriguing. It is a thriller, so I feel like it's perfect for spooky season. We're not sure yet, but I think I will be buddy reading this with Cami from Burrows and Books sometime in November. Hopefully, because it is pretty chunky. It's a pretty chunky book. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty big. It's almost 500 pages, so for a thriller, or mystery, that's really huge, but the concept sounds intriguing and I really want to get to this. The last and final book that I hope to get to before the end of the year is going to be Legend Board by Tracy Dion. Every single person that has read this book that I've talked to just absolutely adores it, and I feel like it's time for me to finally pick it up. I was a little bit afraid to start it because I hate starting series and then having to wait for a book to come out. I'd rather just go ahead and pick up series that are already finished much more than waiting for new ones. So I was going to hold off, but you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and bite the bullet and just start it. If I end up loving it, then I'll get to reread it when the next book comes out, and that'll just add to my happiness. So why not go ahead and read it now? Question number 5 is there a book that could still shock you? Yeah, actually, from all the ones that I mentioned, I think the one that could shock me the most is either going to be Legendborn, Chestnut Man, or Assassin's Apprentice. I just feel like those 3 have elements that I very much enjoy in books, and I truly think that any of those 3, if not all 3, could become yearly favorites. There's a lot of wind out here, and I just don't want it to show up in the audio. Okay. The last question is Have you started making reading plans for 2022? Y'all, I haven't even made reading plans for my weekend. Today is Friday. Other than finishing The Inheritance of Orquídea Divina, I don't know which book I'm gonna pick up after that. I am an extreme mood reader, so I really don't know what my future has in store. All of the books that I mentioned today are hopefuls to be done by the end of the year, but really, who knows at this point? Not me. If you know, please let me know. But no, I mean, solid reading plans, no. So this year I was trying to be very intentional with my reading and really trying to diversify my reading. I do read across several genres, and I truly try to pick up books that are diverse and authors that are diverse. So that being said, because I have been picking up books from an array of genres and an array of authors, I feel like I've discovered so many new authors that I really love, but I've also felt like I've discovered a lot of books that just weren't for me. And because of this, I actually feel like I have a better sense of the books that I like to read. And so next year, I kind of want to focus on the genres that really stood out to me, primarily anything within the speculative fiction genre. So anything by Jeff Vandermeer. I want to pick up something by China Miéville, and then also read fantasy, thrillers, and horrors. Those are the main genres that appeal to me. I do like literary fiction, and I do like historical fiction, and those are books that I also want to throw in there. But I did realize that I've been trying to read a lot from the romance genre, and I wasn't really enjoying myself. I did find two that I absolutely loved, and I will talk about them near the end of the year. One of them did make it onto my favorites so far. We'll see, that can change. But I kind of just want to go back to the genres that I enjoy and still try to read diversely within them. But for now, I think I'm sort of putting a pause on exploring other genres that don't really appeal to me, because I feel like while exploring, I've been finding a lot more misses than books that I love, and it's sort of making me not like reading anymore, if that makes sense. Those are the only sort of plans that I have for 2022. Nothing concrete, just more of a concept at this point, but that may change, and I'll give you an update if there is. So thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, leave a book emoji down below, but also let me know what book you're most excited to read before the end of the year. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.